Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to take you on a journey to one of the most extreme places on our planet, Yakutsk, the capital of Yakutia in Siberia, Russia. This is not just any city. It is the coldest city on Earth, where winter temperatures can plummet to an unimaginable -96 degrees Fahrenheit -71 degrees Celsius. Despite these brutal conditions, Yakutsk remains a thriving city, home to over 300,000 resilient people who have adapted to life in one of the most extreme climates known to humankind. Yakutsk is widely regarded as the coldest city on Earth, a title it holds due to its extreme winter temperatures that can reach as low as -58 degrees Fahrenheit -50 degrees Celsius on a regular basis, and have even gone down to an astonishing -96 degrees Fahrenheit -71 degrees Celsius in the surrounding Yakutia region. This makes it one of the most extreme environments in which humans live and thrive. Unlike Antarctica, where temperatures can drop even lower but where only scientists and researchers stay for short periods, Yakutsk is a fully functioning city with more than 300,000 permanent residents. It has schools, businesses, industries, and even tourism despite its brutal winters. The city's location, deep in the heart of Siberia, makes it one of the most remote and isolated places on the planet. There are no major highways connecting Yakutsk to other large Russian cities, making it difficult to access, especially during the harshest months of winter. The climate of Yakutsk is classified as subarctic, DFD/DWD in the Köppen climate classification, meaning it has extremely cold winters and relatively warm summers. During the long winter months, which can last from October to April, the city is blanketed in deep snow, and the cold is so severe that exposed skin can freeze in just minutes. The Lena River, which runs alongside Yakutsk, remains frozen for 6 to 7 months of the year, making it impassable except by ice roads built during the peak of winter. One of the most astonishing aspects of Yakutsk's climate is its temperature contrast. While the city experiences record-breaking cold in the winter, summers can be surprisingly warm, with temperatures reaching 86 degrees Fahrenheit 30 degrees Celsius in July. This means that Yakutsk has one of the greatest temperature variations on Earth, ranging from extreme cold in winter to relatively hot summers. This dramatic shift creates unique challenges for the city's residents, as they must be prepared for both freezing and sweltering conditions within the same year. Despite these extreme conditions, life in Yakutsk goes on as usual. Schools, government offices, and businesses do not shut down, even when temperatures drop to -50 degrees Celsius -58 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike many other places in the world, where cities close down due to snowstorms or freezing weather, Yakutsk's residents have adapted to their icy environment. People here are accustomed to the cold and follow strict routines to protect themselves from frostbite and hypothermia. In many ways, Yakutsk is a city that defies nature's limits. It stands as proof of human resilience, where people have not only survived, but have built a thriving community in conditions that would be unbearable for most. The city's extreme cold, combined with its remoteness and isolation, makes it one of the most fascinating places in the world, a true testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of nature's harshest challenges. Living in Yakutsk means facing one of the harshest climates on Earth every single day. The extreme cold is not just a seasonal inconvenience. It is a fundamental part of life. Unlike places where winter temperatures drop for a few weeks before warming up again, Yakutsk remains frozen for nearly 7 months of the year, with temperatures regularly falling below -40 degrees Fahrenheit -40 degrees Celsius, and sometimes reaching -58 degrees Fahrenheit -50 degrees Celsius or lower. These conditions make everyday tasks that most of us take for granted incredibly challenging. Dressing for survival. In Yakutsk, fashion is dictated by survival. Standard winter clothing is simply not enough to withstand the brutal cold. Instead, people rely on traditional fur coats, hats, and boots, which provide the necessary insulation against the freezing air. Reindeer fur is particularly valued because of its ability to retain heat even in sub-zero conditions. Most people wear multiple layers, including thick thermal underwear, wool sweaters, and insulated outerwear. To trap body heat. One of the biggest challenges in Yakutsk is that exposed skin can freeze within minutes. People who go outside must ensure that every part of their body is covered, including their face, to avoid frostbite. Eyelashes and eyebrows freeze within seconds, and the moisture from breath forms ice crystals around scarves and face masks. Frozen vehicles and transportation challenges. For residents of Yakutsk, one of the biggest struggles is keeping their vehicles from freezing. Cars are rarely turned off during winter because if the engine stops, the extreme cold can freeze the oil and battery within minutes, making it nearly impossible to restart. Some people use heated garages to store their vehicles, while others leave their engines running 24/7, which consumes fuel but ensures that their cars remain functional. For long-distance travel, air travel is often the only option since Yakutsk is largely isolated. The region has very few roads, and during the winter, ice roads are built over frozen rivers to allow temporary passage. However, these roads are treacherous, and drivers must be extremely cautious to avoid accidents or becoming stranded in freezing conditions. Daily activities in extreme cold. Even the simplest daily tasks require extra effort in Yakutsk. Grocery shopping, commuting, or walking outside for a few minutes can be a life-threatening experience if one is not properly dressed. Pipes and plumbing systems often freeze, so many older buildings still rely on outdoor toilets because running water is difficult to maintain in such extreme temperatures. Despite these challenges, Yakutsk is a functioning city with schools, businesses, and entertainment venues. Schools remain open even in -50 degrees Fahrenheit, -45 degrees Celsius temperatures, and students attend classes as usual, often bundled in thick layers of clothing. Parents closely monitor the weather, and if temperatures drop to -60 degrees Fahrenheit, -51 degrees Celsius, or below, young children may be allowed to stay home. People in Yakutsk have adapted to their environment in ways that would seem unimaginable to those living in milder climates. They have learned how to move, dress, and behave to ensure their survival in one of the coldest places on Earth. Life here is a constant battle against the cold, but for those who call Yakutsk home, it is simply a way of life. Yakutsk is infamous for its extreme cold, but its surrounding region, Yakutia, or the Sakha Republic, holds some of the most astonishing temperature records in human history. The lowest temperature ever recorded in Yakutia was -96 degrees Fahrenheit, -71 degrees Celsius in the village of Ysyakh, which is often called the coldest inhabited place on Earth. While Ysyakh is a small rural settlement, Yakutsk itself frequently experiences temperatures between -40 degrees Fahrenheit, -40 degrees Celsius, and -58 degrees Fahrenheit, -50 degrees Celsius for months at a time. The science behind the extreme cold. The extreme cold in Yakutsk is largely due to its geographical location. Situated deep in Siberia, far from any large bodies of water, Yakutsk has a continental climate, which means it experiences dramatic temperature shifts between summer and winter. Unlike coastal regions where oceans help regulate temperature, Siberia has no such natural temperature buffer, allowing cold Arctic air to settle over the land for extended periods. In winter, Yakutsk is affected by a persistent high-pressure system, which creates clear skies and dry air. While this may sound pleasant, it actually worsens the cold because there is no cloud cover to trap heat. As a result, any warmth from the sun quickly escapes into the atmosphere, and the ground continues to radiate cold air. This effect is amplified by the permafrost, which keeps the ground permanently frozen, preventing it from absorbing and storing heat. What -96 degrees Fahrenheit, -71 degrees Celsius feels like. It is difficult for most people to comprehend just how cold -96 degrees Fahrenheit, -71 degrees Celsius really is. At this temperature, boiling water freezes instantly if thrown into the air, turning into a cloud of ice crystals. Exposed skin can freeze in less than a minute, leading to frostbite and even permanent tissue damage. Metal objects become dangerous to touch, as skin can stick to them immediately, causing painful injuries. Breathing deeply can be painful, as the cold air can irritate the lungs and cause shortness of breath. People in Yakutsk have grown used to these conditions, but even they have strict precautions when venturing outside in extreme cold. Face masks, fur-lined boots, multiple layers of clothing, and insulated gloves are essential. If a person were to be stranded outside for too long, the chances of survival would be incredibly slim. How Yakutsk compares to other cold places. To put Yakutsk's temperatures into perspective, here are some comparisons with other extremely cold places. The coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was -128.6 degrees Fahrenheit -89.2 degrees Celsius in Antarctica at the Vostok Station in 1983. However, Antarctica is uninhabited except for scientific research stations. The lowest temperature ever recorded in Alaska was -80 degrees Fahrenheit -62.2 degrees Celsius in Prospect Creek in 1971. The coldest temperature in Canada was -81.4 degrees Fahrenheit -63 degrees Celsius in Snag, Yukon, in 1947. Siberia itself has another record, with the town of Verkhoyansk reaching -90 degrees Fahrenheit -67.8 degrees Celsius in 1892, making it one of the few places on Earth to come close to Oymyakon's record. Despite these staggering figures, Yakutsk remains the largest city on Earth to experience such extreme cold every single year. The people of Yakutsk are not just surviving in these conditions, they are thriving, proving that human resilience knows no limits when faced with nature's most brutal challenges. One of the most unique and challenging aspects of Yakutsk is that it is built entirely on permafrost, a thick layer of frozen soil that never fully thaws, even in summer. This permafrost can extend hundreds of meters deep, meaning that everything in the city, from buildings to roads to underground infrastructure, must be constructed with special engineering techniques to prevent damage caused by shifting and melting ice. What is permafrost? Permafrost is a permanently frozen layer of ground that exists in polar and high-altitude regions. It consists of soil, gravel, and sand held together by ice. In Yakutsk, the permafrost can be more than 1,000 feet, 300 meters, deep, making it one of the most extreme permafrost zones in the world. This frozen ground has remained unchanged for thousands of years, preserving ancient fossils, woolly mammoths, and even bacteria from prehistoric times. However, permafrost is not stable. If disturbed or warmed too much, it can start to melt and shift, creating serious problems for buildings and infrastructure. When permafrost melts, the ground softens and collapses, leading to sinkholes, cracked roads, and unstable foundations. This makes construction in Yakutsk extremely difficult and requires specialized techniques to prevent disasters. How buildings are constructed on permafrost. Unlike cities in warmer regions, where buildings have deep foundations buried in the soil, Yakutsk's buildings must be raised above ground on stilts or piles. These steel or concrete supports are drilled deep into the permafrost to provide stability while keeping the building elevated. This design prevents the warmth from the building from melting the frozen ground beneath it, which could cause structural collapse. Older buildings in Yakutsk, which were not built with these precautions, often lean or crack over time due to the shifting ground. Roads also suffer from constant heaving and cracking, requiring frequent repairs. Even buried pipelines are at risk, because underground heat can thaw the permafrost. Yakutsk's water and sewage systems are often built above ground in insulated tubes, resembling giant pipes running across the city. The challenge of permafrost thawing. In recent years, climate change has started to affect Yakutsk's permafrost, causing parts of it to melt faster than ever before. This poses a serious threat to the city, as melting permafrost weakens building foundations, creates sinkholes, and releases trapped greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Scientists are closely monitoring this phenomenon, as permafrost thawing could accelerate global warming while also making life in Yakutsk even more difficult. To combat these risks, engineers and city planners are working on new construction techniques to reinforce buildings and infrastructure. Some proposed solutions include using cooling systems to keep the ground frozen, redesigning roads to be more flexible, and even developing new building materials that can withstand permafrost shifts. Preserving ancient life in permafrost. While permafrost creates many challenges, it also serves as a natural time capsule, preserving ancient life that has been frozen for thousands of years. In recent decades, scientists have uncovered well-preserved woolly mammoths, prehistoric horses, and even Ice Age puppies in the permafrost around Yakutsk. These discoveries provide incredible insight into the past and have led to discussions about possibly cloning extinct animals using DNA extracted from these frozen specimens. Additionally, permafrost has helped preserve ancient viruses and bacteria. While this is exciting for researchers, it also raises concerns about potential disease outbreaks if long-dormant pathogens were to be released as the ice melts. This has led to increased scientific interest in permafrost and its role in both history and modern environmental changes. Yakutsk's reliance on permafrost presents a unique engineering and environmental challenge that no other large city in the world faces to this extent. Every building, road, and piece of infrastructure must be carefully designed to survive in this ever-changing frozen landscape. The city is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, proving that even in the most extreme environments, people find ways to build and thrive. Surviving in Yakutsk requires more than just warm clothing. It demands a deep understanding of the environment, specialized infrastructure, and unique lifestyle adaptations that allow people to function in one of the most extreme climates on Earth. From the way homes are built to how food is stored, every aspect of life in Yakutsk is carefully adjusted to withstand the brutal cold. Traditional clothing, dressing for survival. One of the most immediate challenges of living in Yakutsk is staying warm outdoors. Regular winter coats and gloves, even those designed for harsh winters elsewhere, are simply not enough to endure temperatures as low as -58 degrees Fahrenheit, -50 degrees Celsius, or even lower. Instead, people rely on traditional fur clothing, which has been perfected over centuries by the indigenous Sakha, Yakut, people. Reindeer fur coats and boots are the most effective at retaining heat, as reindeer hair is hollow and provides excellent insulation. Thick wool or fur-lined hats, known as astonishing, protect the head and ears from frostbite. Multiple layers are a necessity, with people wearing thermal underwear, wool sweaters, and outer layers that trap body heat. Gloves and mittens must be insulated and windproof because exposed skin can freeze in minutes. Even with the right clothing, people in Yakutsk learn to move carefully outside. Running or sweating is dangerous, as sweat can freeze quickly and cause hypothermia. Instead, people take slow, controlled movements, always aware of how long they have been exposed to the freezing air, keeping homes and buildings warm. Since the outside temperature can be deadly, indoor heating is a top priority. Nearly all buildings in Yakutsk are equipped with centralized heating systems, which are provided by a network of power plants that run on coal, gas, and oil. These systems cannot be turned off, as doing so could allow pipes to freeze and burst, causing serious damage. Homes are built with extra insulation in walls and windows to retain heat. Some houses even have double or triple doors to prevent warm air from escaping when entering or exiting. Because permafrost makes underground plumbing difficult, many older buildings still rely on outdoor toilets, a harsh reality that forces some residents to brave the extreme cold just to use the restroom. Food storage and eating habits. Interestingly, Yakutsk's extreme cold acts as a natural freezer, allowing people to store food outside without the need for refrigeration. Markets and homes often have frozen meat and fish displayed in the open air, remaining perfectly preserved in the sub-zero temperatures. Some of the traditional foods that help people survive in such harsh conditions include stroganina, thinly sliced frozen fish, such as salmon or whitefish, eaten raw with salt and spices. Horse meat. A staple in Yakutsk, horse meat is high in protein and fat, providing the energy needed to withstand extreme cold. Reindeer meat, another common dish, often cooked in stews to provide warmth and sustenance. Dairy products. including fermented mare's milk, which has been consumed by the indigenous Sakha people for generations. Because food freezes solid if left outside, people thaw their meals indoors before cooking. Even bread becomes rock hard, requiring careful preparation. Transportation and vehicle maintenance. One of the biggest challenges of living in Yakutsk is keeping vehicles operational. The extreme cold can freeze car batteries, engine oil, and fuel, making it nearly impossible to start a vehicle that has been left outside for too long. To prevent this, most people keep their cars running 24/7, even when parked, to avoid the risk of freezing. Special engine heaters and insulated covers are used to keep the engine warm overnight. Some people use heated garages, but these are expensive and not always available. Public transportation remains operational, with buses designed to withstand extreme temperatures. For long-distance travel, planes and ice roads are the main options. During winter, when rivers freeze, temporary ice roads are built, allowing vehicles to cross areas that would otherwise be inaccessible. However, these roads can be dangerous, as cracks in the ice or unexpected thawing can lead to accidents. Adapting daily life to the cold. People in Yakutsk follow a different rhythm of life compared to those in warmer climates. Some key adaptations include limited time spent outdoors. People move quickly between buildings, and social activities are mostly indoors. Shops and businesses remain open, but with precautions. Workers bundle up in extreme clothing, and stores may provide heated shelters for customers. Schools rarely close, even at -50°F, -45°C, though younger children may be allowed to stay home. Despite the harsh conditions, people in Yakutsk have adapted brilliantly, turning what seems like an unlivable environment into a thriving city where life continues as normal. Despite its extreme climate, Yakutsk is an important economic hub in Siberia, contributing significantly to Russia's economy. The city's economy thrives primarily on mining, natural resources, and local industries, which have adapted to the region's harsh environment. Yakutia, the broader region surrounding Yakutsk, is rich in valuable minerals, making it a center for diamond mining, gold extraction, oil, and natural gas production. These industries provide jobs, support infrastructure, and keep the city functioning despite the brutal cold. Diamond mining, the backbone of Yakutsk's economy. Yakutia is home to some of the largest diamond mines in the world, and this industry plays a crucial role in the economy of both the city and the region. Russia is one of the world's leading diamond producers, and Yakutia contributes to a significant portion of that output. Some of the most famous diamond mines in the area include Mir Mine, one of the largest open-pit diamond mines in the world, located in Mirny, a town near Yakutsk. Ysyakh Mine, another major diamond mine, known for producing high-quality diamonds. Alrosa Corporation, the state-owned diamond mining company, operates many of these mines and employs thousands of people in the region. The extreme cold poses unique challenges to mining operations. Machines and equipment must be specially designed to function in sub-zero temperatures, and workers require heated protective clothing to work in the open-pit mines. Transportation of raw materials is also difficult, as frozen roads and permafrost complicate logistics. Despite these challenges, diamond mining remains the most lucrative industry in Yakutsk, attracting investment and providing economic stability. Gold, oil, and natural gas extraction. In addition to diamonds, Yakutia is rich in gold, oil, and natural gas. The region's vast natural resources make it an essential part of Russia's energy and mining sectors. However, extracting these resources is complicated by permafrost and extreme weather, which require advanced drilling and mining technologies. Gold mining is another major industry, with deposits spread across the region. Yakutia's gold reserves contribute to Russia's position as one of the world's top gold producers. Oil and gas fields in Yakutia provide energy resources for both local consumption and export. Companies have developed specialized drilling techniques to extract oil and gas from frozen ground without damaging pipelines. The harsh climate makes it difficult and expensive to transport extracted resources, as roads are often impassable in winter. Many industries rely on air transport, river transport in summer, and ice roads in winter to move goods in and out of Yakutsk. Local industry and handicrafts. While large-scale industries dominate Yakutsk's economy, local businesses and handicrafts also play a role in sustaining the city. The indigenous Sakha, Yakut, people have a long tradition of crafting for clothing, jewelry, and artwork, which are popular among both locals and tourists. Fur production is an essential industry, as high-quality reindeer and fox fur coats, hats, and boots are needed for survival in extreme temperatures. These items are also sold across Russia and internationally. Mammoth ivory carving is a unique industry in Yakutsk. The permafrost preserves the remains of ancient woolly mammoths, and artisans carve intricate sculptures and jewelry from their tusks. Unlike elephant ivory, mammoth ivory is legal to trade and has become a sought-after material in the global market. These local industries provide economic opportunities for indigenous communities while preserving Yakutsk's cultural heritage. Challenges of doing business in extreme cold. Running a business in Yakutsk presents unique challenges that companies must constantly overcome. Some of the biggest difficulties include extreme cold affecting machinery and operations. Many businesses must use specialized heating systems to prevent equipment from freezing. High transportation costs. Since Yakutsk is not connected to Russia's national road network, transporting goods in and out of the city is expensive. Most supplies arrive by plane, ship, via the Lena River in summer, or ice roads in winter. Limited workforce availability. Due to harsh living conditions, it can be challenging to attract and retain workers, especially in industries that require outdoor labor. Despite these difficulties, Yakutsk remains a thriving economic center, proving that even in one of the coldest places on Earth, businesses and industries can flourish with the right adaptations. The city's economy is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the ability to harness nature's resources in the most unforgiving environments. Yakutsk is one of the most isolated cities on Earth, making transportation a constant challenge for both residents and businesses. Despite being a major economic and cultural hub of Siberia, Yakutsk lacks direct road connections to the rest of Russia, leaving air travel and seasonal ice roads as the primary means of accessing the city. The extreme cold, permafrost, and vast distances between settlements make travel difficult, expensive, and sometimes even dangerous. No permanent road to the outside world. One of Yakutsk's greatest challenges is its lack of a permanent road connection to the rest of Russia. The Lena River, which runs alongside the city, acts as a natural barrier, making road construction incredibly difficult. While there is a highway that leads to Nizhny Bestiak, a settlement just across the river, there is no permanent bridge connecting it to Yakutsk. In summer, ferries transport cars and passengers across the river, but service is often delayed by unpredictable weather conditions. In winter, when temperatures drop below -40 degrees Fahrenheit -40 degrees Celsius, the river freezes solid, creating an ice road that allows trucks and vehicles to drive across. During spring and autumn, when the ice is too thin to drive on but too thick for boats to pass through, there is a transition period where no transport is possible, leaving Yakutsk completely isolated for weeks at a time. This seasonal isolation makes it difficult to transport goods, fuel, and other essential supplies, often leading to shortages and high prices in local markets. Air travel, the lifeline of Yakutsk. Because of its remote location, air travel is the fastest and most reliable way to reach Yakutsk. The city is served by Yakutsk Airport, YKS, which offers flights to Moscow, Vladivostok, and other Russian cities, as well as some international destinations. However, flying in and out of Yakutsk comes with unique challenges. Extreme cold can cause engine failures and technical difficulties, requiring specialized aircraft maintenance. Heavy fog and blizzards often delay or cancel flights, making travel unpredictable. High costs of airfare make it expensive for residents to leave the city, limiting their ability to visit other parts of Russia or the world. Despite these difficulties, Yakutia Airlines, the region's primary carrier, operates regular flights, ensuring that the city remains connected even in the harshest winters. Winter ice roads, temporary highways over frozen rivers. During the coldest months of winter, Yakutsk becomes accessible by ice roads, which are temporary highways built over frozen rivers and lakes. These roads allow trucks to transport essential goods, such as fuel, food, and construction materials, which would otherwise be impossible to deliver. Ice roads can extend for hundreds of miles, connecting Yakutsk to distant towns and mining sites. Specialized vehicles with reinforced tires and engines adapted to extreme cold are used to prevent accidents. Drivers must follow strict weight limits and speed regulations, as cracks in the ice can develop, leading to dangerous situations. However, ice roads are not a permanent solution. As global temperatures rise and winters become less predictable, the reliability of ice roads is decreasing, posing a serious threat to Yakutsk's supply chain. Public transport and daily travel in the coldest city. Within Yakutsk itself, public transportation and personal vehicles are essential for getting around. The city has a network of buses and shared taxis, marshrutkas, that continue operating even in the coldest conditions. However, maintaining these vehicles in freezing temperatures is a constant struggle. Car batteries die quickly in extreme cold, requiring people to either keep their engines running all day or park in heated garages. Fuel thickens in sub-zero temperatures, making starting a car nearly impossible without special additives. Rubber tires lose flexibility and can become brittle, increasing the risk of accidents. Many residents rely on public transport or walking, but even that comes with risks. Exposed skin can freeze in minutes, and roads are often covered in thick layers of ice and snow, making travel treacherous. Despite these challenges, Yakutsk has managed to adapt to its isolation, proving that even in the most remote and extreme environments, people can find ways to stay connected and keep life moving forward. Yakutsk is not just a city of extreme temperatures. It is also a place of rich cultural heritage, deep-rooted traditions, and a resilient community that has adapted to one of the harshest climates on Earth. The city's culture is a fascinating blend of indigenous Sakha, Yakut, traditions, Russian influences, and unique customs shaped by the region's extreme environment. From festivals celebrating nature to a way of life that revolves around surviving the cold, Yakutsk's culture is unlike anywhere else in the world. The indigenous Sakha people, keepers of ancient traditions. The majority of Yakutsk's population belongs to the Sakha, Yakut, ethnic group, who have lived in the region for centuries. The Sakha people are descendants of Turkic and Mongolic nomads who migrated to Siberia long ago, bringing with them a unique language, customs, and a deep spiritual connection to nature. The Sakha language is still widely spoken alongside Russian and is part of the city's identity. Shamanistic beliefs and traditions are still practiced, with many people paying homage to spirits of nature. Oral storytelling, music, and poetry are important cultural elements, helping to pass down history and legends through generations. Despite modern influences, the Sakha people have worked hard to preserve their customs, and Yakutsk remains the cultural heart of Sakha traditions. The role of horses and reindeer in Yakut culture. Due to the extreme cold, raising traditional livestock like cows or pigs is difficult. Instead, the Yakutian horse and reindeer have played a crucial role in the survival of the Sakha people for centuries. The Yakutian horse is a unique breed that has adapted to survive in temperatures as low as -94 degrees Fahrenheit -70 degrees Celsius. These hardy animals grow thick winter coats and can dig through snow to find food. Reindeer are herded by indigenous Evenki and Yakut people, providing transportation, meat, milk, and fur for warm clothing. Horse meat and reindeer meat are dietary staples, providing essential nutrients needed to survive in the harsh climate. The connection between Yakutsk's people and their animals is deeply cultural and spiritual, with traditional songs, rituals, and even festivals honoring these creatures. Festivals and celebrations. Yakutsk's unique cultural events. Despite the cold, Yakutsk is home to several vibrant festivals that celebrate the region's traditions, nature, and resilience. These events bring the community together and highlight the city's unique cultural heritage. Ysyakh Festival, Yakut New Year. The most important and widely celebrated event, Ysyakh marks the summer solstice in late June. It is a time of feasting, dancing, horse racing, and spiritual ceremonies honoring the sun. People gather in traditional dress, share fermented mare's milk, kumis, and participate in ancient rituals that date back centuries. Winter festivals. Since Yakutsk is famous for being the coldest city in the world, winter festivals celebrate this unique identity. Ice sculpture competitions, dog sledding races, and even extreme cold endurance challenges are popular events. Mammoth Festival. Because the permafrost in Yakutia has preserved so many ancient mammoth fossils, Yakutsk hosts a festival celebrating prehistoric life. Scientists, artists, and locals gather to discuss history, showcase mammoth ivory carvings, and even explore the possibility of cloning a woolly mammoth. These festivals are a reminder that despite the hardships of living in such a cold climate, the people of Yakutsk have a deep sense of pride in their culture and history. Traditional clothing, functional and beautiful. Surviving in the world's coldest city requires not just warm clothing, but expertly crafted traditional garments designed for extreme temperatures. The Sakha people have developed unique winter clothing using natural materials that provide maximum warmth. Fur-lined coats, hats, and boots made from reindeer, fox, and sable fur help keep people warm even in temperatures below -60 degrees Fahrenheit -50 degrees Celsius. Handmade embroidered boots called torbesa are popular, often decorated with intricate patterns that represent Yakut heritage. Even modern clothing designs in Yakutsk incorporate fur and wool, blending traditional and contemporary styles. These garments are not just functional, but are also works of art, often decorated with beautiful patterns and symbols that reflect the wearer's connection to nature and heritage. Cuisine, food that keeps the body warm. The extreme cold has influenced the diet of Yakutsk's residents, leading to nutrient-rich, high-fat foods that help people survive long winters. Stroganina, a famous Yakut dish. Stroganina consists of thinly sliced frozen fish, such as whitefish or salmon, eaten raw with salt and spices. Horse meat and reindeer meat. These meats are high in protein and essential fats, providing energy and warmth. Kumis, fermented mare's milk. This traditional Yakut drink is slightly alcoholic and rich in probiotics, believed to have medicinal properties.